What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a new transfer show where we are going to talk about Soule kind of being told that he can leave the club, which I think, all had a feeling about, or me personally, kind of made peace with the fact that we're never going to see Soule play for the club again. And now it's kind of being confirmed that he's out there, for clubs to snatch up. And on top of that, the Di Lorenzo news took a very strange turn twice in the matter of an hour or so. It was actually crazy, but that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification as well, and let's go. Okay, guys. Oh, my camera, my mic almost gone. Like Soule is almost gone because Fabrizio Romano spoke, but the rumblings about Soule leaving the club, being out there on the market for the club to cash in, to use that money, well, for other players like Fabrizio Romano saying. So Fabrizio Romano put out a tweet, put out the news saying that there's a real chance for Soule to leave Juve, excuse me. Several European clubs are keen on signing him. Juve will reinvest the money to bid for top targets like Calafiori and Cope Miners. There's no shock, For me, there's no shock. It's just a confirmation, excuse me, for what I told myself, basically, or what I believe was going to happen, that Soule was going to leave the club, basically. That's what I had in mind. That was my mindset all summer long, basically, that, yeah, he is going to leave. And by the looks of it, it's kind of confirmed that he's going to leave, There are all sorts of rumors out there that the club wants 35 million or 40 million or whatever. Aston Villa want him, Newcastle want him, West Ham, I saw, like, the list goes on and on, even Everton. But the main point is, I think that he is gone. I think that this transfer does not really has anything to do with Mota. It's just a club basically saying, okay, we need to cash in on someone or two, and Soule is one of them. You have Yildiz, you have Vlahovic, you tried to get Felipe Anderson, that failed, and you potentially still have Chiesa. I think the club's looking at it and they're like, okay, we're gonna sacrifice Soule 100% basically. Not talking about Heusen, about Nichea, or all the other players out on loan or at the club at this moment in time. It's just Soule presents an opportunity for the club for various reasons. One, the plusvalenza value. Two, the clubs looking at him, Premier League clubs with a lot of money. The season he had, the club, it's just set up for the club to sell him. Now, on Soule, I think it's sad. It's a player, or it's a type of player I like. It's a player I would have loved to see getting a real season at the club, to actually be sure, or like for me personally, to make my mind up and say, you know what, you're not, or like you're not good enough for this club base, or to start for the club. And at that point, you're like, okay, if you can cash in, you cash in. That's just my regret, that we're not going to see that. And for me, that's a bit frustrating, because I've watched a lot of Frosinone, more than I should, because who watches Frosinone, with all due respect. But he played well. He played extremely well this season. I think he was the main reason that it was kind of respectable until the last. And actually, they were staying in Serie A until like a minute, before the end. And he was unlucky, hit the crossbar, had a good opportunity. But he was a big part of the reason that actually Frosinone were up there, still up there. So it is sad. It is really frustrating. But like I said, you need to prepare for this type of news, because that's not the only one. More things will come out about players that you like, or players that you want to see at the club, so get an opportunity or get a fair shot, I guess, being told you can leave because we need the money. So it's not the last one. It's the first one, but it's not the last one this summer. We just need to make peace with it, I guess. It's frustrating because it's like, oh, you want to cash in on Soule, but you refuse an offer for Gatti last summer. And it's not really taking a shot at Gatti, but like, it's okay. That's weird. If you want to cash in, you surely should have accepted that bid, for Gatti. But only time will tell, but it looks that he is gonna leave. Now, the other news, and this one was extremely strange. I'm not gonna lie. This one, the Di Lorenzo one, is it's been out there for 2 days or 3 days maybe, and it's all over the place, you know. And on the same day, and actually in the space of what was it, like an hour or so, the news went from A to Z. Like it flipped completely, and you need to just sit back and laugh, you know, because his agent spoke. Because all the rumors were out there. He's gonna leave. He's a captain, by the way. He's gonna leave, and Juve are in the mix, and blah blah blah. And his agent came out saying that De Laurentiis is willing to sell if a sustainable offer comes in. He also added that Manna basically told Di Lorenzo, you know what, you might be on the market. So we've made our decision based on what was communicated to us. It's right to close this chapter. There have been several calls from top clubs for Giovanni. Now, when he said that, I was like, oh man, it's true. Like we're actually in for Di Lorenzo. I don't get why people are hyped, and maybe it's me again. I don't rate him. I don't think he's a good defender. I don't think going forward he's anything special. Like he's just a player where I look at him, I'm like, what's the point? Like he's 30 years old. You're probably gonna need to spend like 50 million or whatever, or 20 million. It's like, really? Do you really need that? And I was frustrated. And then an hour later or so, I think Di Marzio came out saying that Conte told De Laurentiis basically, you cannot sell Di Lorenzo. Like he is gonna be a main guy at the club, and I'm like, oh boy. This, like, even the Conte Di Laurentiis thing is weird, because now there are rumors, Di Marzio saying that there are clauses that if they don't like each other, basically they can leave, and if it doesn't make the Champions League, Napoli could move on from him. Like it's already set up to not fail, but like start off, quote unquote, being wary about each other. And now you're asking De Laurentiis to say, kind of apologize to Di Lorenzo and tell him he must stay. But then you hear his agent speak, and I don't think an apology will do, even if Conte comes in, you know, because he was asked about Conte, and he said, you know, we made a decision. I'm actually a bit fearful that he's going to end up with us, you know, because I don't rate him one bit. Never did, never will. The age, the money that we need to pay Napoli as well, like it's weird, you know. I already have an issue with Danilo at the club in terms of just a good player at the back. You know, if you add Di Lorenzo to it, it doesn't move the needle for me. And actually, I look at it and I'm like, we're taking a few steps back. We shouldn't be doing these type of deals. You know, I thought we were done with these type of deals, but apparently we're in the mix for Di Lorenzo. And if somebody likes him in the comment, let me know why you like him, because I don't, but I'm all ears, and maybe somebody can convince me to not hate the transfer or the potential move as much as I do it right now. Like I absolutely hate the idea of signing Di Lorenzo. But again, if you think he can be an addition or a good addition to the club, let me know in the comments and explain me or trying to convince me why signing or bringing in Di Lorenzo could be a big move for the club or a good move for the club. But that's it. That's it for this daily. It's kind of heating up a little bit, you know, more and more. But at one point it will explode a little bit, because we will have an outgoing and an incoming, and something will be official, and things naturally will pick up. But that's it for me. As I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and I will speak to you very soon. Ciao.